New England Living TV is brought to you by Clark, Sub-Zero Wolf & Cove, Kohler Signature Store by Supply New England, and Marvin Windows and Doors. And of course, please stop into the all-new Seven Tide in the Seaport District in Boston.
On the morning of the dinner party, I met up with Chef Jeremy Sewall at his latest restaurant, Les Sablons, in Cambridge. The iconic Conductors Building in historic Harvard Square was the perfect spot to chat with the chef about the restaurant, his life, and career.
Hi.
Hey, Parker.
Nice to see you, Jeremy.
Nice to see you. Welcome to Les Sablons.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Take it in,
It's a pretty unique building.
I would say.
Let me show you around.
Oh, now is this all original?
This is original brick.
You are kidding.
No, it really,
What character?
yeah, that's what really made us fall in love with the building.
Oh my goodness. Tell me about the history. Something about a subway like Les Sablons and Paris.
Yeah, I mean, it's Les Sablons means the sand, and it kind of refers to the finest sand right down by the water. It's also a metro stop in Paris. When we found this building, my business partner Garrett found the building, brought me over here, and we just kind of fell in love with it. It's a 1912 build. Boston Railway Company built it, and it served as a spot for conductors. It was as a station that people waited for the trolley. The building shut down in 1978. It's just kind of sat here ever since. But we loved it. We fell in love with the structure, the brick.
This is original. I mean, people love this.
It's 100 years old, and you couldn't find it if you wanted it. It's just beautiful. When you walk in at street level, that's really meant to appeal to the neighborhood. It's really, we don't take reservations and stuff for the weekends down there. It's a small bar, a big oyster focus, and we really want it to be for Harvard Square, for the neighbors, for the locals to kind of walk in and feel like they had a fun place to just pop in and get a glass of wine and a dozen oysters. And you know, the upstairs is kind of rooted in French cuisine and kind of continental European, but we felt the room felt special, and we kind of wanted to make the food special, so it's a little more of an elevated dining experience up here.
Upstate New York is where you grew up,
Yes.
but you summered in Maine, and that influences
Everything. Yeah, both my parents are from southern Maine. My grandfather was one of the original lobstermen out of York Harbor.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, in 1930s.
What a pretty harbor that is, too.
And that really became more home to me than anywhere still is.
And so we're cooking some seafood tonight at Jean-Marc's house?
Yeah, we're gonna do cod. And it's springtime in New England. Cod is a great local fish. If you grew up in New England, you have a place in your heart for cod.
So should we head to the fish pier?
Absolutely.
And I can see some of your favorite purveyors?
You can. I hope you didn't wear your best shoes.
Yeah.
But
After our time at Les Sablons, Chef Jeremy and I headed to South Boston to another historic hotspot, the Boston Fish Pier, established in 1910. The Boston Fish Pier is the central site for the fishing industry and has been for quite a long time. In 2017, the pier and its associated buildings were listed on the National Register of Historic Places.
we're down here 5 days a week in our own trucks picking up fish for the restaurants.
Incredible. As fresh as it gets.
As fresh as it gets. It's not easy, but it's the right way to do it.
It's the right way.
We headed to Red's Best, a Boston-based seafood wholesaler founded in 2006. Every year, Red's Best aggregates catch directly from more than 1,000 small, independent New England fishing boats. This very well-respected organization has a mission to sustain the livelihoods of American fishermen and their families while sustaining fisheries for harvest, and they are. We talked to Rob and picked up our seafood for the night's feast.
Those are good. How big are those?
So these are right on the cusp, I'd say 10 to 12 pound fish.
These are our fish. We're gonna eat these tonight.
That's amazing. Nice to meet you, Rob, honestly.
My pleasure.
Very, very
So
cool.
much.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks for
Appreciate it.
taking
See you
me
soon.
here, Jeff.
Absolutely. We made it. We're in the kitchen. In my house, bacon is always on a glory day.
Very nice, Chef. Goodness gracious me. Okay, Chef Jeremy Sewall. What a day we had.
We made it. We're in the kitchen.
Yeah. So we started with that whole cod, and now we have this beautiful piece right here.
Here it is right in front of us. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you help me get this ready. So this is a pretty simple dish. Springtime, beautiful fish. We want the fish to really shine through. So this is Dijon mustard.
All right.
I'm gonna have you spread it on there. Go ahead and just spread a little all over the top. It's
Oh, this
very,
is very painterly.
yeah, it's a very strong flavor, but Dijon is also a little bit acidic, so it helps kind of brighten the dish a little bit, but too much it's gonna get spicy, and that's all you're gonna taste. And this is brioche. which is a classical French bread. And what I did is I dried it and I put it in the food processor with fresh parsley. And that's what turned it green. So that's just breadcrumbs pureed with fresh parsley. And we're just gonna sprinkle a little of that on top. Coat it on.
All right, I'm doing all the work already.
Be generous with it, because some of it's gonna fall off. So, beautiful. Now we're just gonna throw that right in the oven.
That looks lovely.
This is a beautiful spring onion. It has a stalk still on it, which we can use a little of.
And is there a special place you get these too?
This time of year, you can kind of get them anywhere. They're going to be at markets, most grocery stores, whether it's Whole Foods or generic grocery store, will have these. So it's just really, if you let this grow, it will grow into a full-size onion. But they call them spring onions. They're first to start growing, they harvest them, and they have a little milder flavor. Just slice a little of that
And
up.
so you try to use whatever is that time of year.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just, we always try to let the ingredients kind of sing.
All right, so what do we have going back here?
So this is, we have a little bacon that we got crisp. This is a slab bacon that we make in-house. Any kind of bacon you could chop up, or chorizo would be really good.
And bacon had its glory day, like the last few years, bacon's really come to the forefront.
In my house, bacon is always on a glory day. So
You're sauteing those.
sauteing the onions and the bacon. There's a little of the olive oil, the bacon fat, and we're just letting that all kind of cook down together a little bit. So here we have these beautiful fingerling potatoes, fava beans, English peas. All speaks of spring. And these are all cooked. These are ready to go. And again, we're just letting that warm up. Vegetables are all ready. I steamed off a few little necks and just a little bit of vegetable broth. And we're just gonna put a few of those in here
Oh, wow.
with some of the broth.
So the clams and the bacon definitely go well together.
Clams and bacon.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's like peanut butter and jelly. So we got a little bit of our parsley. You wanna throw a pinch in there?
I'll throw a pinch in there, yes.
Go ahead.
Too much pinch?
No, that's good.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you do another pinch too.
And you want me to do it from high, like you do?
As long as it lands in the pan, wherever you want to start is up to you. Just because we're cooking in a French house, we're gonna have some butter in there. So
Yeah.
we're gonna finish with a little bit of butter.
Oh, that sauce is coming together beautifully. Oh, doesn't that look good?
So we just want to let that get hot, let that butter melt in there.
Oh my gosh, doesn't that
So
look
look.
good? Oh, that looks great.
Put our clams around.
Yeah. Oh, that smells good.
Get a clam,
Okay. Got it.
and then get a little piece of fish,
All right.
and get a little bit of everything else.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. Oh, and that bacon?
And everything is layered together,
Oh.
where it just all works together. You can taste everything. There's nothing overpowering.
Very nice, chef. Goodness gracious me. I grabbed Jean-Marc because I want to talk to you about the wines from your wine cellar.
Yeah.
Your favorite wine?
Mix it all together before you eat it, and just let all those flavors kind of blend together.
As the dinner guests started to arrive, I slipped away from the kitchen to meet and greet. Guests included JM's partner John, who had been traveling for work, JM's long-standing friends, a few close neighbors, and Jean-Marc's charming mother, Anique. Deliciously chilled and extremely fresh Island Creek oysters, and JM's celebratory Pier welcomed us all.
Okay, so while the chef is in the kitchen getting ready, he needs me desperately, as you know, right? I grabbed Jean-Marc because I want to talk to you about the wines from your wine cellar.
Yeah.
Your favorite wines that you're pairing.
Things that we can drink, actually, that's the whole point. For the first course, which is a soup, you want something kind of dry that goes with that. The Bordeaux region isn't really known for its whites because they make really good reds, but there are a couple exceptions. And Pessac, in this case, the Chateau Carbonieux, I think you guys are really gonna like.
First course is a chilled asparagus soup, a little bit of smoked salmon, creme fraiche, and caviar. So I really encourage you to kind of mix it all together before you eat it, and just let all those flavors kind of blend together.
Second course en français.
Joseph Drouin, Pouligny-Montrachet. 2012 was a good year. He consistently makes a very nice Côte du Rhône. Nice story. It's going to be a bit sweeter, a bit easier to drink. I think we'll certainly go through 2 bottles with the 8 of us without too much trouble.
Cod, the brioche breadcrumbs with parsley on top, the vegetables with the bacon and the potatoes and the fava beans underneath, just all kind of married together to taste like spring and cod.
For dessert.
I don't know how familiar you are with a French wine called the Sauternes. Sauternes are great, but this is a Barsac.
Okay, completely decadent. I have been transformed. I feel like I've been transported to a beautiful, amazing, French-inspired place. This has just been lovely. Terrific homeowners, a gorgeous home, an incredible chef. What a day we had.
Thank you.
That's New England Living from Nahant, Massachusetts. Until next week, I'm Parker Kelly. Cheers. Lovely.
New England Living TV is brought to you by Clark, Sub-Zero Wolf & Cove, Kohler Signature Store by Supply New England, and Marvin Windows and Doors. And of course, please stop into the all-new Seven Tide in the Seaport District in Boston.